Hi everyone and welcome. You're here with a special announcement for the World Championship 2020, which is going to be taking place from tomorrow, the 14th of November, from 2 p.m. GMT, 3 p.m. CET, and 6 a.m. PT if you're on the other side of the world. And AE, going to be casting with AE, of course, and that's something very special. How are you, Matt?
It is very special, Dan. We're getting the old band back together. We're getting on our war horses once more because we have 4 days of riveting action. We have 2 weekends in total, of course. It is the World Championship 2020. And this video, as you can already tell, is just letting you guys know that it's happening. We're just doing a little bit of promotion the day before of the tournament and telling you that 16 of the world's finest players will be meeting in Mortal Kombat over 4 days of awesome action. I will be casting, of course, with Stormless, as you can see, but also Ed, 80Hz, and Tightrope are scheduled to be casting. Along with tomorrow, we'll have a lot of community casters as well throughout the community, just to make sure all the bracket is covered. But it's going to be a great double elimination tournament for $20,000.
Yeah, it's absolutely huge prize pools, and we always expect that at this time of the year. And obviously, massive thanks to Relic, to Sega, for putting on an event like this for the community. The scene has just grown, and it continues to grow year on year. And we actually see that this year with the player base. We're seeing new faces. These tournaments and these prize pools have just attracted new blood, new skilled players, and I am so excited to actually see some of the players in this. It is an incredible lineup. It may be one of the best lineups that we've ever seen in World Championships, annual history.
Exactly, and big thanks to Relic as well for recognising that growth from the community by making the Master League the official seeding and ranking basis for this tournament. All 16 players are the 16 highest ranked players within our community as chosen by us. So it's a really good symbiotic situation. It's really cool vibes, and the fact that it's for $20,000, $10,000 for the first place winner that will be declared on the 21st of November in a best of 7 confrontation, which for the first time in a double elimination event, or at least in our recent history, at least, it's going to be like the upper bracket player chooses the map in the grand final. So that's interesting. The players have voted for that option, so I'm excited to see that as a bit of variation. And
can I just correct you there? I think it's the 22nd November is the finals.
Is it? Okay, 14th
Yes.
and 15th, obviously, for the first weekend, and then, yes, 21st and 22nd, indeed, yep. Well corrected. But yeah, we've got a great format, we've got a great lineup, and as Stormless says, some of the players are just hitting their peak in time for this tournament. I think this is one of the strongest lineups ever, quite frankly.
Yeah, actually, over the last 2 weeks, we've been talking with a lot of the players. We've been watching a lot of the public 1v1 games and also the private 1v1 games. And that is where it's really, really interesting because you've got this whole maybe predictable auto match, set of 1v1 games going on right now, which are potent. There's a dominant meta. We like it. However, behind the scenes, there are some really, really interesting things going on. Now, I actually can't talk about it all because the tournament hasn't played yet, and I've made promises to some people that I wouldn't reveal what's going on. But if you were a player in this tournament, you are going to have to be on your toes because there are some really interesting things going on in this game. And just speaking with some of the players, they display a knowledge to me that we've been looking for in tournaments for a very, very long time. And to see
You and
so
I
many
have
people
a
with that
similar
knowledge,
opinion. Sorry to interrupt, Dan, but I know exactly where you're going with this. Neither of us think that this game has ever seen or ever been played at its maximum capacity, its zenith. But I think this is possibly the closest we've ever seen a group of players start to get to that point. What do you think about that?
Yeah, 100%. This is a pivotal moment in the game's, in the franchise's history, I would say, because you've had really dominating players who have hit that kind of like top 95% able to play everything at once. And now I'm seeing like more than one player who's able to do that. The next level above that is just the mental games that are being played because people are now so efficient and so proficient with controlling these factions, with controlling, and they're now being able to apply their mind to the strategy. And that's what this game is all about, is actually, the core strategy, the counters, the sneaky minds that we see, everything.
Agreed.
I mean, I'm seeing some amazing things.
Me too. And I think that you're exactly right that the strategy is a huge part of this. And I think that people are going to be pleasantly surprised. That is my prediction. Pleasantly surprised by the World Championships not being just Ostrupen versus Mechanized every single game. I'm not seeing that. Look at the pool of players in front of you. I've brought it up on the screen where they can see the players done. We've got Nagano, Lovenest, Silda, Kimbo, Asiament, Von Ivan, Devem, Von Aston, Helping Hands, Asher Blar as your top 10 alone. Every single one of them will be saving their best strategies for this tournament. They've all been theory crafting. They've all been building up counters in private, not in auto match. So we have a wealth of information and strategy to be unlocked over the next 2 weekends. It's gonna come crashing down all of the pretense and all of the status quo because all the players will be saving their best strategies for the World Championships. That's my prediction, at least, and I'm kind of hoping I'm right more than I'm confident I'm right. I just want that to be the case, and I'm willing it to be the case. But I have seen it before in our tournament's history, Dan.
Yeah. Actually, from some of the conversations I've had, I'm not expecting as much in the commander variety as I am expecting the unit variety. People have been playing around with some different things because there is a dominant meta at the moment. There are people in auto match who are, and actually the really funny thing, just to bring this up now, is that I've seen players playing privately who are playing completely differently in auto match right now.
Oh, really?
So if you're watching them in auto match and you're seeing what they're doing and you're thinking, wow, they look really good and they're, and this is going to be great in the tournament, I think you're going to be surprised because there are some big differences in playstyle. So this is going to be a year of surprises, and that's the thing I'm most looking forward to because it needs to be challenging for the players. It also needs to be challenging for us because we can't just have the kind of predictable games.
But if we're sitting there and we're bored and we're listless and it's the same stuff we've been seeing in certainly that Master League 3 tournament with the shortened VP structure, it definitely brought out the worst in Company Hero strategy, which is a bit of a shame. But if we're sitting there on day 4 of this tournament, it's just a best of 7 featuring the same commanders, it should be a failure. And that should mean that we'll hopefully then start to see balance changes in the future and all sorts. But let's hope that isn't going to be the case. And everything that Stormless and I have been seeing in private certainly seems to indicate that we're in for some surprises. And I know for a fact that Isildur especially kind of has been telling anybody that scrims with him that that do not talk about any of his strategies, don't put any of them on, co2.org and stuff. And I only know that because I was like, hey, you're playing Isildur, can I please cast one of the games? And it's just a no-go. You can't do it right now. So we have a lot of that going on. And yeah, it's a really exciting time to be a Company of Heroes fan. Stormless, have you got any parting words for people to kind of get them hyped up, maybe?
Honestly, I think, and I sound like a broken record when I say this in events, but when you come to these best of 3s, best of 5s, best of 7s, like game 1 to me is always the most interesting game. It's the first time 2 players come up against each other, and it's the time when you're going to see perhaps like that weird strategy that might work that is worth trying in a game 1. I think, be there for the start of every single series. Make sure you are there because I believe those games are going to be very intense.
That's a really good top tip, Stormless. Maybe we should make that the kind of meta of the tournament casting and viewing experiences. We need to give more importance and gravity to the start of series and individual games because the delicate chess match at the start of a game is highly underrated by a lot of the casual audience. So maybe that's something we should pump up because Company Heroes at its best is quite frankly beautiful to watch. But that'll be all from Stormless and I.
We're at that level, we're at that level where
we are getting there.
The games are being played. There are, you mess with your opponent however you can. If you can take that game 1 with a completely unknown strat, players are looking to do that right now. So actually, I think that's
it's literally the strategy in RTS, isn't it? And that's why we're all here. Company Heroes is an intellectual pursuit as well as it is guns, tanks, and explosions. It is actually really satisfying from a grey matter standpoint. And we will be joining, you will be joining us, or we'll be joining you, we'll all be joining each other 2 p.m. GMT tomorrow. You are not going to want to miss it. 4 days of awesome action on twitch.tv/Relic Entertainment. We're going official, baby. And it's going to be a heck of a tournament. So we'll be seeing you tomorrow.
See you guys.
Thank you and goodbye.